Hello zebras, giraffes and lions. Today I'm going to show you how to make Chloe the caterpillar. Do you think we can do that together? Can you see what shapes I've used? I've used some circles, haven't I? What size are my circles? That's right, I've got a small circle cutter. Are we ready to start? I'm going to put these ones over here, and I've got my recipe, which I'm going to put on Dragonfly for your grown-ups so they can help you. But first, we need to add some butter into my bowl. So I'm going to give it a shake. I'm going to use my spoon. I'm going to spoon in my butter, get it all in. That's it. Mix that in there. Now I need to add, what's this? It looks a bit like sugar, but it's flour. I'm going to add my flour into my bowl. Make sure I've got it all. Now I'm going to give it a little mix, just a very little mix. Now the next thing I need to add into my bowl is some icing sugar. I'm going to tip in my icing sugar. Make sure I get it all in, don't leave any behind. And the last thing I'm going to add to my bowl is an egg yolk. You've been doing your yolk with Mrs. Turner, haven't you? Tip in my egg yolk, scrape it all in. That's it. It's nice and yellow. Now I'm going to give it a really good mix. I've got to mix it all up so all my ingredients stick together and they go into a nice biscuit dough. I've got to give it a good, make sure it's all mixed up. Try not to spill any over the edges. That's it. Mix, mix, mix. I wonder how the caterpillars are at Mrs. Turner's house and Mrs. Watson's house. I wonder if they've turned into butterflies yet. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Can you see? It's all starting to come together into a ball. Mix, mix, mix. In a minute you might have to get your hands dirty. Can you remember the first thing we do when we do Ready, Steady, Cook? We must always wash our hands. So I'm going to give it a really good mix. Can you see all the flour and all of the sugar has disappeared? It's all mixed into the butter, isn't it? It's all crumbly. Give it a good mix. Now, I'm going to put my hand in. I washed mine before I started. Put my spoon here. I'm going to put my hand in and I'm going to stick it all together into a nice biscuit ball like this. That's it. It's all coming together. Pick up all the crumbly bits off the bottom, mix it all up. There we go. I'm going to squish it with my hands just a little bit to help mix it up. And then the last little crumbly bits I'm going to pour on the top, just like that. Now I'm going to pop these bits in the sink because we don't need those ones anymore. And then we're ready to start. Can you see the dough? I've got my magic flour shaker here. I'm going to sprinkle the flour on top of the side. Mix it up with my hands a little bit. Put the biscuit dough down. Sprinkle some more flour on the top. And now I'm going to use, what's this? It's my rolling pin. I'm going to roll out my biscuit dough really carefully. You don't want to press down too hard. Mix it all up. Roll it out. Can you see what shape I'm making? Making a square shape with my dough, aren't I? Now, here comes the fun bit. I have got, what shape have I got here? I've got a circle shape. And it's only a little circle because we're going to make little circle biscuits. Should we see how many circles we can make together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does anybody know what number comes after 10? 11, well done. 12, 13, 14. I think we might just get 14 out of there. Now I'm going to find my baking tray. I've already put my oven on. So you'll need your grown-ups to help you because the oven, can anyone remember what the oven is? the oven is nice and hot. You don't want to burn your hands on the oven, do we? Gonna peel off all the excess dough, the extra dough that we don't need. And then here comes the fun bit where we have to make our caterpillar shapes. Now I have a tiny bit of water here to help me and a little brush, because that will help to stick our circles together. So I'm going to carefully count out our circles. Can you see on Chloe the caterpillar we have 1, 2, 3, 4 circle shapes. So I'm going to put those there, and we need 4 circles for each of our caterpillars. So I've got to put a tiny bit of water on our caterpillar to help, on the circle, to help make it to stick. So when it cooks in the oven, it's going to come out and all the circle shapes will be stuck together. Let's add a bit more water on that one. I wonder how many caterpillars you might be able to make. Add a bit more water. I wonder what you're going to name your caterpillars. When you've finished, you could ask your grown-up to post the pictures on Tapestry and I'll be able to have a look. Let's make another one. Oh, Miss Lane almost forgot to add the water on there. 1, 2 circles. Push it down a little bit to help it to stick. 3 circles coming up. 3 circles, and we need, how many more do we need? We've got 1, 2, 3 circles, and we need 4. So I'm going to add 1 more little caterpillar circle on there. Now they're not looking very much like caterpillars at the moment, are they? What do you think we could add to make them look a bit more like a caterpillar? I'm going to show you in a minute. What could we use for our caterpillar's eyes? You could use anything you have at home. I have got some yummy chocolate chips in my cupboard, so I'm going to use some chocolate chips for my eyes. So I'm going to pop those on in a minute. And we keep making our circles. Keep making our caterpillars. That's it. Keep mixing it up. Add a little bit more water to help it stick, push it down. They're looking really good, aren't they? Now in a minute we're going to have to start again, so we're going to have to roll up all of the dough and then we're going to have to roll it back out again. What do we use to roll it out? Can you remember? That's right, we use the rolling pin. So now we've got to make, I've only got 2 circles on this caterpillar. I've got to roll it back up, squish it all back up together. Add a little bit more of my flour from my shaker. Shake, shake, shake. That's it. And then, oh, put a little bit more on the top. Roll it out. Find my rolling pin. And then roll it out. So, roll, roll, roll. Carefully turn it over so it doesn't break. I wonder what shape I'm going to make. It looks a bit like a rectangle this time. That's it. We don't want to make it too thin. I think that will be just fine. Should we have a count again and see how many circles we can make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What comes after 9? Can you shout it out really loudly? 10! Great work. You're very helpful, zebras, giraffes and lions. Let's stick that one on there. And then we just need to add 1 more on there. Perfect. And then, should we make another one here? Let's go add 1. Need to use my spatula to help me because they're a bit stuck. 2. Let's add a bit more on there. 3. Add a little bit more onto here. How many more do we need to add? 1 more little circle. And then I think we might be able to make 1 more. Should we make 1 more along here? We've got 4 circles left. So can you help me count them again? 1, add a tiny bit of water. 2. Let's push it down, make sure it sticks. We don't want broken caterpillars, do we, when they come out of the oven? 3. Tiny bit more water. That's it. And 4, just like this. Not going to use that dough, but you can finish all of your dough up and see how many caterpillars you can make. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to wipe up our flour. We must always tidy up when we're chefs. Do great tidying. Got to keep the kitchen nice and tidy. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Give it a bit of a scoop up and a tidy. Otherwise, our grown-ups won't let us use the kitchen again, will they, if we don't make it nice and tidy when we finished? There we go, nice and tidy. Now, what should I say our caterpillars needed? They needed some eyes, and I've got chocolate chips, and I love chocolate chips, so I'm going to add, how many eyes do we need on our caterpillars? 1, 2, 1, 2, you've got to push them in a little bit so that they cook. 1 and 2. How many caterpillars do we have left that need eyes? Should we count them together? 1, 2, 3. That's 6 chocolate chips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Perfect, they look amazing. I can't wait to try them when they've cooked, but before they cook we've got to put them in the oven. So I'm going to very carefully open my oven, it's already nice and warm, and put them in. So they're in my oven cooking. I thought they'd take a little while to cook. They take 15 minutes in the oven, so you've got to check on them to make sure they don't burn. But I had already made some. Look, but these ones don't have any icing on them. Should we ice them together? I thought we could make green caterpillars, but if you don't have any green, you could make any colour. You can make multicoloured caterpillars. I can't wait to see them. So I've got in my tube, in my piping bag, some icing sugar and some water, some green food colouring, and I didn't want to waste my egg yolk, so I mixed my egg yolk in to make nice and shiny icing. But if you don't want to use your egg yolk, that's okay. You can use food colouring and some icing and some water. Now I'm going to be really careful. I'm going to ice them, so I'm going to go round the edges. Oh look, this is such a nice green. Go round the edges, just like this. And then I'm going to fill in the middle. I can't wait to see what yours are going to look like. Fill it in. What do caterpillars like to eat? Can you remember? They like to eat nice, juicy green leaves. Can you remember what the hungry caterpillar likes to eat? He likes to eat lots of vegetables and some fruit. And then on the last day he got really hungry, didn't he? He ate some chocolate cake. I think it might give a caterpillar a tummy ache if they ate a chocolate cake. Last one, we're going to go round the edges. Round the edges, round we go. Decorate them. I'm going to fill in the middle of my shape. There we go. And then what does my caterpillar need? He needs a nice, smiley mouth. So we're going to go round and give him a nice smile. We're going to go round again. There we go. Look at that. Chloe has a nice, smiley mouth. Should we make this one? I'm going to go round we go. Got to go very slowly and very carefully. Round, round, round we go. I'm going to put the recipe on Dragonfly so your grown-ups can see. I wonder what they're going to taste like. Do you think they're going to be really yummy? I think so. I wonder what we might make next week for Ready Steady Cook. If we made a caterpillar this week, can anybody remember what a caterpillar turns into? Miss Lane almost gave you the answer. A caterpillar turns into a cocoon, and then it turns into a butterfly. Do you think we might make something with butterflies next week? I think we might do. Should we give him a smiley face? Oh, he's a really happy caterpillar. So, there we have it. Should we add these caterpillars to our other ones that I made earlier for you to see? Let's carefully does it. Don't want them to break. Put them on here. Look, we've made a caterpillar family, a bit like Mrs. Turner's ladybird family. Look, we have a mummy caterpillar, a daddy caterpillar, a brother caterpillar, and a sister caterpillar. I think they're going to be super yummy and tasty. I can't wait to see yours. Have fun being little chefs, lions, zebras and giraffes. And I'll see you all next week for some more cooking fun. Bye everyone.